Hello, my name is Emmanuel Madanga and I am your instructor today. So, we are going to cover in this episode the introduction to Microsoft Excel, where we'll be going to cover the agendas and the objective as highlighted. So, we are going to start with the Excel from scratch, introduction to Excel, Excel worksheet, Excel workbook, cells, cell range, Excel ribbon, tabs in the ribbon, the quick access toolbar, and the right click menu, file tab, and then how you can save your workbook. So I am Emmanuel Madanga from Beyond Data Statistics Solutions. So you can contact us via the email there or the contact there, or you can even follow us from our website. So the brief introduction about Microsoft Excel is about decision making. As you can see, we have said that Microsoft Excel allows us to enter both quantitative and qualitative data into the spreadsheet, which is then now converted to information that can help or aid in decision making in both professional and in personal contexts. So that one gives Microsoft Excel an upper hand in terms of the primary application or package that one must know for either personal or professional use. Having said that, now we can start our session on Microsoft Excel. So you have to locate the Excel on your computer by going to the search, then you type Excel or Microsoft Excel, then from there you launch the Excel application. So once you launch your Microsoft Excel application, you'll be able to see the blank workbook, where when you tap the blank workbook, you'll be able now to open the Excel worksheets. So a workbook is an Excel file that contains one or more worksheets. So a workbook can contain as many worksheets as possible, depending on the subsections that you have in various worksheets to contain your data. Then, so for example, this is a blank workbook. So a blank workbook, we can see here that is made up of a lot of things. It's made up of worksheet 1, so that is sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. So these ones are known as the spreadsheets. So right now the current sheet that is active is sheet 1, as we can see, is the one that is active. So that is what a blank workbook is. So a workbook is a combination of several worksheets. So sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3 are under a workbook. Then this workbook is just known as book 1, as you can see here. So from there, we can now go to how you can navigate around the worksheet. So we say that Microsoft Excel worksheet is where now we enter and manage data. So worksheet is where we enter and manage data. As we can see here cell D5. So we read cells starting by the column followed by the row number. So you say D5 is the cell that is active in this case. So this is what we call the cell reference. So the data is entered here. These are rectangles which accept both numeric and non-numeric data. That's for the beginning. It accepts both for numeric and non-numeric data as the default setting. Then from there, we can now proceed and have a look on how to create a cell range. So once you understand that in Excel you can have a cell inside a worksheet. Now and again, from a worksheet you can now create a cell range. So let's see what a cell range is. So our cell range is a combination of several cells. So for example, in this case, any two cells located or separated by a colon are known as cell range. For example, A1 is here and D5 is here. A1 is here, D5 is here. These cells are all active, as they are highlighted. They are all active. This one are now referred to as cell range A1 to D5. So reference from the first cell at the top left to the bottom right corner of the last active selection. So that is what a cell range is. So then from there we can now proceed to the Excel ribbons. So once you open your workbook, you'll see a lot of things. So a ribbon is a combination of all that we see at the top of the Excel workbook when it is open. That is what an Excel ribbon is. And Excel ribbon contains several tabs in it, as we're going to discuss each and every tab. So in details, in the following videos, we'll be able to cover in details what home entails, what insert entails, what page layout entails, and their purposes we use. We are going to cover all of them until the end of this training on Microsoft Excel. So here we are just going to mention the tabs and what are some of the information in, but in the following videos we are going to cover about what each and particular item in the tab performs. So let us start by looking at home. What does home has? So when we look at home, okay, in fact we have files. So file is where now we can open, close, save, and create new worksheets. When we want to do that, we just go to file. When you want to save, go to file. When you want to open a new worksheet, you can also go to file. When you want to open a new workbook, we go to file. So there is where now we open new workbooks and close or do saving. From there now we go to home. So home contains a lot of things, as we can see. Home contains a lot of things here. So in the home, you may have here insert. When you want to insert rows, insert columns, delete rows, delete columns, format, auto sum, fill, clear, sort, filter, find and select, all that. All these fonts are all available. All the number formats are also available. All the styles are also available. All wrap, text, merge center, all these are available in the home tab. So in the home tab also we have the shortcuts like cut, copy, paste, format painter. All these are also available under the home. So from there we can now have a look at the insert. What does insert contain? So insert enables us to insert charts, pictures, shapes, pivot tables, internet links, symbols, or text boxes. Let's check what insert has. So when you open insert in your Microsoft Excel, you see a lot of things that are happening in insert. So we have said that we can now have our blank workbook. So when you click a blank workbook, should be able to open. So this is my blank workbook. So in this blank workbook, you can see the cell that is active is cell A1. So cell D5 is this one, is now active. And now when you want to create a range, you select from cell A1, you select to D5. So that is a range. It's known as A1 D5. So written as A1 colon D5. So under home, as we have said, so this is sheet 1. We only have sheet 1 which is active. When you want to add more sheets, you can add here. They are known as spreadsheets or worksheets, as you may want to call them. So under file, we have said we see a lot of options here. We see open, save, all that. Then under home, we are now able to copy, cut, format painter, paste, So all these operations that are here, alignment, font, numbers, styles, cells, editing, we are going to cover them in the following videos. So by the end of watching all the videos in this episode, you'll be able to master all that. So in the insert, you see we have the pivot tables here. You can insert the pivot table, recommended pivot tables, table, pictures, online sources, shapes, icons, all that, charts, graphs, maps, pivot charts, all these, slicers, timelines, all these you can enter, symbols, equations are all inserted in the insert tab. What does the page layout has? So in the page layout, we have the orientation, the margin, the theme, the background. If you want to change the background, the views, if you want to view the grid line or don't want, for example, when I uncheck, I will have removed to view my grid lines. The heading, when I want to view, when I don't want, I can uncheck there. So all this we're going to cover in the following videos, each and every aspect, what it does. Let's check on formulas. So on formulas, we have the accounting formulas, we have statistical formulas. So all of these formulas are used for different purposes, for mathematical or accounting purposes. As you can see, we have the defined names, we have the formula auditing and all that. Even calculate options is also there. So that is formula. And then data. Here data you will now get, you can connect your Excel to different data sources, existing connections from web, from text, from tables and range, get data, sort, filter, advanced filtering, removing duplicates, data validation, how to carry out, manage data models, what if analysis, forecast sheet. You can do all that, or adding the subtotals. You can do all that text to column under the data tab, or during carrying out the queries and connections. All that is available in data tab. So we are going also to cover all this in the following videos. So review. So these are some of the things that you can find under review tab. So you can protect the sheet, you can protect the worksheet, you can share the workbook, you can track the changes that are happening on your data, on your Excel workbook, and all that. Checking spellings. Then under view, you can also choose on how you want to view your workbook or worksheet. You can split, you can hide, you can page break, preview, you can even use macros. So all these aspects are also going to be covered in the same tutorial. And also Excel provides you with an option on how you can look for help when you want to be assisted on something. So just click help, under help tab you'll be able also to get support from the Microsoft community. Yeah, so that is all about the Microsoft tabs under the ribbon. So can proceed with our slides. So as we have been able to check on the insert, the page layouts, the formulas, data, review and view. All this we're going to cover them, each and every tab on its own, or sometimes you may be required to join them for us to have a better feeling of or a better understanding of Microsoft Excel. So from there now you can proceed and now have a look on quick access toolbar. So quick access toolbar is where now you can now get access to frequently used commands or services that you may want. So use the quick access toolbar and you can adjust it the way you want. So for example, This is my quick access toolbar on top here. So when I click on top here, the drop down will be able to show me some few quick access options I have. I can add them, I can increase, I can add. Yeah, all that is available. I have all that option. I can also go to more commands to even add more to my quick access by just clicking here like cut, then I add. It will also be added in that option. Copy also, I can take a copy to add it. You can also remove the one that you don't want. For example, I can remove the cut that I have just added, remove, take it to the other side. So these things are just arranged in alphabetic order, so it is easier for you to locate which do you want to add for quick access. Yeah, that's how it works. Then now, after all that process, you should now be in a position of clicking OK, and you save your quick access. So from there, and you will see those options at the top here. That is the quick access. So right click, for example, here I right click and now see all these options. Also, I'm also provided here with the shortcuts and the commands that I can utilize instead of going at the top. You can see all these are also available under the right click menu. So we are going also to cover on how effective all these are in the following videos. So from there now, I have seen what right click contains. So under the file tab is where now we can see some default settings and also how we can save our worksheet. These are the default settings in the file. Then from there now we can do the saving of our workbook. So for example, I have worked on this workbook and I want to save it, so I just go to file, then I'll say save as, then I locate where I want to save my file. That's how this works. Alternatively, if I want to just see some of my default settings, I can go to options and I will see all my default settings, so I can adjust them the way I want. So that is the basic scratch introduction to Microsoft Excel. So in this worksheet is where now you can make your either numeric entries or non-numeric entries. All these are accepted in the worksheets. So we are going to learn on how we also format the worksheets so that they may look more professional. Thank you so much for being patient, following along with this Microsoft Excel introduction. In the next episode, we are going to go deeper and deeper. Kindly subscribe to our channel, like and share. You can even comment so that you can also be updated in case we update any other video or tutorial, so that you can follow along for better understanding. Thank you so much.